I get excited when I see this fruit. It's not because there's anything special about how it looks or how it tastes, but it brings back a certain memory from my childhood. I grew up in Jakarta, Indonesia, as the only child in my family. Now, you will think, being the only child, I will get all the attention, but not the case. My parents worked 10 hours a day, 7 days a week, and saw little of me growing up. They worked longer hours so that they could put me in a private school, which was a stretch given what we had back then. I didn't quite understood this growing up. All I knew, my parents were never around, and I didn't feel like I fit in at school. Going to school every day was a constant reminder of what I didn't have. Nice toys, cars, family vacations, the list goes on. Back then, all my friends were playing with their Transformers toys. And I remember wanting one so badly. But the closest thing I got to owning one was a version that I made myself. I relied on my imagination and used what I have around me to make the things that I wanted. So I remember how thrilled I was when my dad brought home a pomelo one day. I don't care much about eating it, but it's the anticipation of what I could do with the leftover that excited me. I will cut the rind into quarters, set aside one wedge, make 4 circles with a water bottle cap, and use a skewer and twine to assemble it together into a makeshift toy car. Here it is. What I made as a kid were simple things, but being able to do it myself and create something on my own felt special. Those are the moments that I didn't feel like I was any different from other kids in my school. That gave me the confidence and helped shape me into who I am today. Many years later, I moved to Connecticut to study architecture and made my way to San Francisco. Oops, that's bound to happen. And made my way to San Francisco for work. Now, I love all the convenience that comes with living here. But once in a while, I notice small things that will make me laugh. So one day, I was at Starbucks, and this guy in front of me was asking for a stopper for his cup. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with this, it's this tiny plastic plug for the lid to prevent the coffee from spilling. Growing up, my mom would scold me for not squeezing every ounce of toothpaste from the tube. So the idea of having an object just to plug a tiny hole on the coffee cup seems ridiculous. How many objects do I have to use to drink a cup of coffee? Well, there's the cup, the sleeve, the stirring stick, the lid, and the stopper. I have to waste 5 things just to get my jolt of caffeine. Well, that inspired me to think, what if I can reverse the situation and create everyday objects that have multiple functions in one? That way, I can have less without missing all the convenience that I'm used to. I got excited with all the possibilities, but work got in the way, and I didn't really follow through. A great offer came along to work in corporate. I was tempted, and I took the job. I knew I was being pulled in a different direction from where I wanted to go. But at the time, it felt like it was the right thing to do. Everything looked great on paper. Great title, great pay, and I got to work on exciting big projects. After a few years, I realized that I was doing it all for the wrong reasons. I love to design and create things, and I didn't get to do any of that at work. My job was to focus on getting things done faster, at a lower cost, so the numbers look good. I remember walking to a conference room one day for a budget planning meeting. All I could do was stare at the clock on the wall, waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for it to be over. I felt so disconnected with my job, and I lost the joy in what I was doing. I knew at that point that I had to make a change. I started spending time outside of work developing ideas for a product that will help people simplify their lives and still be able to live large with less. I look at the things in my house to find practical combinations that I can combine together into one multifunctional object. One night, I was working in my home office, and I noticed this Nelson bubble lamp hanging on the ceiling. I always love modern, clean line lighting design, but I noticed all those beautiful light fixtures, I keep on doing that, are designed with one thing in mind: aesthetic. It often comes in the expense of ease of use and flexibility in function. So I thought, what if I see beyond the aesthetic and come up with a lighting design that conforms to our need and provides us the freedom to use it anywhere we want. Once I got that idea, I got really excited. I started looking for things around the house to make a study model. I kept working, refining, and developing my design idea every single day for the next couple of months. I felt excited. I felt like I was a little kid again, playing with my toys. It got to the point that I knew that was what I really wanted to do. I had two options: kept on doing it as a side project, or focus on it full-time and take the risk. I went with my gut and quit my job. What happened next was something that I never expected. In less than a year, that little seed of an idea has turned into an actual product and made me into an accidental entrepreneur. I put that project on Kickstarter, hoping that I would earn $60K. I raised that in less than 2 days and ended with almost 10 times the original goal. I'm currently manufacturing 10,000 units of the product. So I want to share with you the product firsthand before we even launch it on the market. So thanks, Summer. I might be able to design, but I cannot seem to figure out the mic situation.
I'm going to put this on your skin. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you. So this is Lumio. It's a simple idea. It's a book that opens into a powerful light fixture enough to light up a room throughout the night. This simple device gives you access to beautiful lighting wherever you are. You can use it in rural and off-the-grid locations where light is a luxury. You can also create a self-sustainable light source by connecting this to a portable solar panel. We're currently developing a version with integrated solar panel that we will be releasing next year. Now, aside from its use, I really wanted the user to feel an emotional connection when they use the product. I was in Tokyo last July and had the privilege of meeting one of my heroes in the food world, someone that I never expected I would ever meet in person. I want you all to think about the person that you admire the most. Imagine how you would feel meeting that person for the very first time. that is exactly how I felt as I was stepping into the restaurant to meet Jiro-san. Some of you might recognize him from the documentary Jiro Dreams of Sushi. He's considered by many to be the world's greatest sushi chef. Now, I tell you, he is very serious about his craft, and he rarely smiles. So I want to share with you a short clip from that meeting when we presented him with Lumio.
普通に開いていいのこれ。全部開いてみてください。すごい綺麗。あ、実物私初めて見るんです。
Now, seeing him smile was priceless. He actually got really excited that he took it to his kitchen and started showing it off to his staff members. It showed me that day that design can have a powerful impact and create unexpected connection among people. Now, I want to show you what you can do with this light. This is the part that I'm most excited about. When we see lighting device, we always see it as a fixed design. The idea behind Lumio is to create lighting that is flexible, transformative, but also playful. You can use it to light up any corners in your room. Actually, that doesn't look too good. Let's put it there. You can also mount it on any surface, from ceiling, wall, or floor. Or as you can see, you can open it 360 degrees and use it as a table lamp or hang it on the ceiling. So the goal is to give you, well, one more thing, I almost forgot. You can also use multiple units to create custom light fixtures or art installation. So the goal is to give you the flexibility to create as many variations as you can possibly think of. Ultimately, the user, you, become the creator. Here's how some of our early Kickstarter backers how they're using their Lumios. So I'm really excited to see what you will come up with. After this talk, you're invited to come on stage to play, interact, and create your own light sculpture. I hope the process will spark the creative, playful child in each of you. This past year has been an amazing ride. It's exciting, but it's also scary and difficult. Those moments of highs and lows make me reflect back on my childhood and how that latchkey kid who always wished he had more has grown to understand that having less can sometimes lead to bigger things. Thank you.